A lot can change in a planted tank in just 1 week, and I'm going to tell you guys what changed in my planted tank over the first week of setup. So let's get started. So first off, if you guys haven't already checked out the setup of this tank, I'd recommend going and checking it out before you watch this video so you know what's going on in the tank. So to start off, I haven't had any algae problems yet. I have had a couple problems here and there, but nothing algae related. I'll get in closer so you guys can get a better look at what's going on. So what you're looking at right now is a bit of fungus on my driftwood. This is just a natural process you're going to have with driftwood in any kind of tank if it's this kind of driftwood. And this is something you just have to deal with, and it's not harmful to fish or planted tanks in general. So it'll go away after a while, and it's not something you should worry about. So I have also had a bit of melting in this tank. I think it's because of the cold shipment temperature, but you can see the Monte Carlo, there's quite a couple dead leaves floating around, as well as the crypts, which is something I expect with crypts. Here you can see one dead leaf, looks pretty nasty, but this is something that you're just going to go through when you're starting up a planted tank, and it won't affect you much in the long term. So guys, the tank is almost cycled. I used some pre-cycled media just for the Eheim skimmer. You can't really see it at this angle, but I used some pre-cycled media to get this tank started up a lot quicker. And right now I'm just trying to get extra beneficial bacteria, so I have been ghost feeding the tank. So ghost feeding is how I cycle my planted tanks. It's what I call ghost feeding, but you basically add in food even though there is no fish. So you can see the food floating around at the top, and the food will kind of sink to the bottom and start creating ammonia. And you want to feed your tank as much as you're going to feed your fish, or guessing as much as you're going to feed your fish when you get them, so you're going to have enough beneficial bacteria when you do add your fish to the planted tank. Since the setup of this aquarium, I have added a couple new plants to this tank. One of them is Christmas moss. You can see that right here. It's a little piece, and I just super glued it down in place. I also added 2 pieces of Bucephalandra species Aurora, as well as 2 very small pieces of Bucephalandra species Darkethrinae. My Bacopa caroliniana, I think it's called, has started putting out new growth as well, which I'm super excited about. I heard this was a very slow growing plant, but I guess in my better conditions it will grow a bit faster. As you can see, my Java fern has a really nice sway. This is very important in planted tanks because it really helps prevent algae. I'm going to leave links in the description to what kind of filtration I use, and as well as all the other equipment I use on this tank. The Gratiola viscidula seems to be putting up a lot of new growth. I'm not for sure though. And guys, if you guys are interested in more planted tank content and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. I post every Tuesday and Thursday now, posting twice a week. So guys, that does it for today's upload. Make sure to check in next Thursday for a video on a new plant I've got, a very rare species, as well as check out the links in the description if you're interested in what equipment I use, and as well as maybe check out the other videos in the series if you haven't already. Also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. This was Kalem's Fish Tanks. Peace.